Hi, in this video we're looking at the content editor, and that's exactly what you can see here. So the content editor is a series of icons that allow you to manage the content that you put into your text area. The content editor is present on most, if not all, text areas. It's just a little bit dependent on your website. And what it allows you to do is style your content as you would, say, in a program like Microsoft Word. You can make the text different sizes, different layouts. You can put in bulleted lists, numbered lists. You can put in links, links to websites or links to PDFs or images or Word documents. You can insert images. You can put in tables, and you can left align, center, right align, all that kind of thing. And so it's a very handy tool, and as long as you have a good idea of what you're trying to achieve, then you'll find it easy to use. So what I recommend is when you're using the content editor, you do all of your styling or work to make it look the way you want within the content editor. You don't try and do it in Word or another program and then paste it in. And the key reason for that is when you paste content into the content editor, what we do is we strip away all of the styles and everything that you've otherwise done, and all you're left with is the words. And the reason we do that is because programs like Microsoft Word or emails or even just websites, if you're copying and pasting from a website, they have a lot of hidden code behind the scenes that you can't see, but you're actually pasting in there, and that will then potentially cause major display issues on your website if they're left there. So when you paste content straight in, you'll just see your content. You won't see any colors or different sizings or anything like that, or you won't even see any images. They're stripped out too. Of course, the other alternative is to just type your content straight into here as follows. This is my content. Okay, and so once you've got your content in there, we'll just copy this a few times so we've got a few different lines. Once it's in there, you can start doing things to it. Now, the first thing you need to look at, I guess, is does this page need a heading? And more often than not, the answer is yes. So you can select from this drop down, which currently says paragraph, which is the default, but you can select from this drop down and you can select heading 1. Now, the heading 1 is it's formatted to the pro-built look and feel, if you like, the color and the font family and the font size. And then we'll go and set the next one to a heading 2, which is, oops, I'll try that again, heading 2. So it's a bit smaller. It's obviously a grey font, but again, you can see it's much bit larger than the following paragraphs. And then finally, we have a heading 3. Now, there's also a heading 4 and 5 and 6, but they're not configured to do anything consistent, so you can more or less ignore those. Now, if any of these headings you want to change back to a paragraph, then you just have your cursor there and you just go back and select paragraph, and then you can see it's back to normal. Now, you can also do things such as bold, italicize, underline, even strike through your content. More often than not, you won't do all 4 at once. You can also align your paragraphs to the right, to the middle, to the left. You can justify them if you want. You can turn them into lists. There you go. And if you want to create more lists, you just hit enter and keep going down. And then once you're done with the list, if you just hit enter twice, it'll get you out of the list. Now, what we'll show you to do is we'll show you how to create a link now. So we'll just write a new, we'll delete these last 2 lines and we'll say, this is my link, please click here. So we want click here to be the link. So once we've got our text there, we highlight it and we click on the little chain icon that says insert edit link when you roll over it, and it launches a pop-up window. And what you can do is you can just type straight into the area here, the website that you want to link to. You can also copy and paste a URL straight in there. Now, target you can leave blank, or if you want it to open in another window, you can choose open link in a new window. And And then finally, if you're wanting to get the best out of search engine optimization, well then you can just write a title that explains a bit more what the link is about, such as this is a link to Facebook. And that's just for search engines. Okay, so now you can see that the link has gone purple or red if we click on it, and it's now a link ready to go. The link won't actually work while we're in the content editor, but that's by design. Once you save the page and publish it to the website, well then it'll be ready to use. Now the other kind of link you can have, so I'll just create a new line saying this is a link to a file. Click here. So the first link was a link to another website or another web page. This one will link to a file. So again, you click on the link, the pop-up comes up, but this time we're going to click on this little browse icon which launches the image manager, and it's not purely for images. So we'll just click this little, if you see this little yellow arrow here, it means you can go back a level in your folders. And if you see these folders down the side here, those are the folders you can go into. But currently we're in the root folder, and we've got a PDF that we've already uploaded here. So we'll click on that in a sec, but I'll just show you how you go through the process of uploading images or PDFs or Word documents. And this is for anywhere on the website where you need to upload something. You click on the upload icon in the top right hand corner, and then you go and click on choose files. So you can just zoom through your computer and you go, yes, I want to choose, let's say, this file, and we'll upload to server, and you can see there it is sitting there now, and you can click on it to select it, but we'll click on this PDF. So the PDF is now sitting in the link URL. Again, you can change the target to open in a new window, and you can put in a title if you want, but you don't need to touch either of those. And so we click insert, and now that's a link going straight to a PDF, so that when people click on it on the front end of your website, they can essentially open and read and save the PDF that you've put there for them. Alright, so that's the majority of things you might want to do through the content editor. The other thing is potentially a table. So if you create a new line, you can insert a table by clicking on Insert Edit Table, and you can say, oh look, I'd like it to be 5 columns, 3 rows, I want it to be 100% wide, so full width, and we'll leave it at that for the moment. We can see there's our table there, there's a faint grey dotted outline, but we can write in the cells, and unless you've specifically set the width of the cells, they will change based on the content that you've got in there. And you can set the width of the cells by right clicking on a cell and going to cell, table cell properties, and setting the width, setting the height, and there's a whole bunch of things you can do in tables. That's a whole other video to itself, but feel free to play around with it, or indeed ask us some questions if you want to know something specific. Alright, so the last thing that we will do is we will insert an image. So I'll put the cursor on a new line, and to insert an image, you click on this little tree icon here. It launches a pop-up similar to the link, and in order to select our image, we click on the browse icon. So we'll select this image that we just uploaded previously, and we will put in a description saying this is my image. We'll make the alignment left. What that means is text can wrap around it if we have text near it. Well, it's a bit too wide for us, so we're going to change the dimensions to 500, and we'll change this to 200. Now, I wouldn't normally advise this because it doesn't change the dimensions proportionally. So what that means is when you change the width, it doesn't change the height, so the ratio stays the same. We've got a whole other video on the image manager, and that will show you how to actually reduce the size of images properly. However, you can do it in here, but it's not particularly advisable. You can also put a border or vertical and horizontal space around your image, and then once you're ready to go, you click insert. You can see there's our image inserted there, and because we aligned it left, this text has wrapped around. Alright, that's pretty much a good introduction to the content editor. If you have any questions, please fill out the support request form and we will get back to you